Hello, welcome back to my Flosstube. My name is Phoebe, and Flosstube is a section of YouTube that is about cross stitch. It's mostly about cross stitch. I will also actually be talking to you about crochet today. Shocker, huh? We'll get into that later on in the WIPS. So, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. I'm Phoebe. I'm a mother of 4. My oldest is 19. My baby is 7, almost 8. So, I have quite the big range of characters in my house. And I also have a son who is on the spectrum. He's 17. His name is Lincoln. He just started his senior year of high school this year. So that's very exciting. I run a nail polish company. It's called Moonshine Mani, where I hand mix and create, conceptualize, package all the stuff. Here, actually, I'm filming in my workshop. That's what I do kind of as my day job, but it is a job that I am able to do while being able to go get Lincoln from school if there's anything that happens. His teachers need me to come help or grab him, bring him home if he's having a rough day, if the behaviors are a little too much. It kind of makes it so I can stop what I'm doing at any time. So it's a great job for me. It also really fuels my creativity. And that's pretty much it about me. I love music. It's probably one of the 3 most important things in my life. So yeah, that's it about me. Cross stitch, I think I started cross stitching when I was 12 years old. I just had my 40th birthday. What else do you need to know about me? I have 2 dogs. We have a Australian Shepherd mix, and we have a little Pomsky. Alright, that is everything as far as the intro today. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my back to school sal start that I started on September 1st. Then I'm going to go ahead and get into WIPS. I have a lot of fall stitching for you today. I'm also going to share with you my progress on the 2 projects that we picked together from my randomizers that helps me choose projects randomly from my WIPS. I do that every video, so I'll show you progress on that. Some fall things. Then I have 1 item of haul. I have another chart parade for you. It's a chart plus kit up parade, and we're going to look at a bunch of fall patterns today. Then I'm going to share with you some plans. I have 2 things that I'm thinking about starting soon that are kitted up, and I want to share those with you. And then we are going to draw 2 random projects for me to stitch on in the next 2 weeks. So that's everything you're going to see in this video today. I'm so glad you joined me. So before we go ahead and get into my new start, I want to talk about 2 channels that were new to me this last 2 weeks, both of whom I love and have freshly subscribed. So I'm going to look through my history so I can find their channel names. The first one was actually just this morning. I found KBH Stitches, Karen, and she is so fun. I love this lady's personality. I love everything she was stitching on, but I like people who are just like totally able to just be themselves and just do what they do and let all of their little funny quirks and stuff hang out. And it's so fun because it feels very personal. Anyway, I really like Karen's channel. I'm a new subscriber, and I'm going to catch up on all of her back videos. I feel like she had maybe like 12 videos, or maybe it's 6 videos. Multiple of 6, I don't know. So there's Karen. And then the other channel that I found, I also really enjoyed her. Her channel name is Microbiologist Makes. Both of these channels, I'm sure I've heard other Flosstubers mention them. I just haven't, like, something's happened and I haven't been able to go and click on the video right after they've been mentioned or things, but I'm so glad that I've found both of them. So Microbiologist Makes her number 8 Flosstube. She's holding up a huge finish of the Fruits of Plenty, and I think a lot of people clicked on that video, so it got sent to my recommended. So I was so glad that it did, because I really loved all of her projects. Again, I really love her personality, and I just thought that she was great. So those are my 2 new channels to recommend to you today. I will link them in the description bar below, as well as any other information that I can gather for you to help you out while you're thinking about things I've talked about in this video. So now we're going to go ahead and get into my new start. So let's do that. So first we're going to start with my new start, which is a project that I started on September 1st for the Bap to School Sal, hashtag Bap to School Sal. And this is basically a really big project that I wanted to start for back to school time of year. This sal was started by Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher, on YouTube. I chose Anne Dale from Shakespeare's Peddler. This is a huge pattern and it has quite actually like a bit of space between each motif, and there's just like a ton of different little flower motifs, which is what really appealed to me. Also, this border is super fun. So this border happens twice. I started in the top left hand corner. I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count that I overdyed myself to give it a green tint. It's like a light mint, and I'm stitching this sampler with the MPI conversion, and then there's also a few Glorianas in there as well. I'm stitching this with my girl Heidi from WIPS and Kits, and she's stitching it with the Vicki Clayton silks. If you want to see how her, definitely follow both of us. If you're going to follow mine, be following her too, so you can see how they'll turn out just a little bit differently. I'm stitching this 1/2 on the 40 count and really loving it. I think that the next floss to start the next motif, actually it's for these little strawberries in here. I need one floss that I'm missing right now and I can't seem to find it, so I think that I'm going to just sub in a different silk. So I grabbed a couple online, and when they get here I'm going to decide between them because I don't mind subbing something like that out. So yeah, I think that's my progress on this. I stitched on this just for the one day. So I should have come back to it some more between September 1st and now, but I wanted to stitch on a few other things. So now you've seen my Bap to School Sal start. That's a mouthful. Definitely go follow that hashtag on Instagram. You will be very inspired with lots of projects you probably want to start or maybe pick back up. We're going to go ahead and talk about my WIPs now, so I have quite a few to share with you, so let's do that. So now we're going to make our way through my WIPs, and I had quite a few again this week because I felt like stitching on a lot of fall. But before we get into that, I'm going to share with you the two projects that we rolled last time for me to stitch from my WIPs. So from my whole WIP count, I rolled on my Tiny Decision Wheels Mary Morgan. This is by Fox and Rabbit. This is stitched on a piece of 40 count neutral by Fabric and Flair, so it has like this pretty heavily like water stained kind of look on it. I'm stitching this project with the called for DMCs, which are all very bright and really fun, as you can see. So I'm stitching this 1/2, and what I had done before was, I think I barely put in any more of this border. That was mostly there. I think that I maybe brought this out a little bit, but most of this was here. So then all of this is new. And again, I just stitched on this one for one day. By the way, if you can hear water, one of my kids decided to take a shower right over my head. So I popped in this in. This color is so fun. That one is DMC 3812, that teal color, so pretty. And then I got down in here into this plant, got this bird almost completely done. I think that little space that's missing is just white. So this was so fun. So I told you guys in my last video I wanted to get out of the alphabets and see a little bit more of the motifs coming in. So that's what I purposefully did, and I really enjoyed this piece. So again, it's from Fox and Rabbit, and that's the progress that I made. The other random draw that I did with you guys in my last video was for a project that was specifically from my my Mania pieces, and so I pulled out Garden Prelude from Mirabilia, and I feel like I got quite a bit done. So I don't remember if I added any more to this. I think I mostly just worked up in here. So I came up here a little bit more. This is a new color. In fact, that looks like the same color that I just showed you guys from the last one. Then I popped in all of this black that you see, all these purple parts. This is like that big bow in her hair. And then I started in on her skin, her face and her arm. And I decided to do some over one stitching. This is on 32 count natural brown from Witchy, and I started this on May 15th, 2022, and this has come out 4 times now, including this last time in September. So it's had 4 stitchy sets, and as you can see on a previous stitch, I did start putting in some of the beads. Oh, and it has made a huge difference to me. I started highlighting my pattern. You know, what I should have done is made a working copy of that and highlighted that pattern. So I still may do that because my pattern is already starting to get a little destroyed because it's like one big piece. So whenever you fold it, it gets a little messed up. So I'm a little bummed how quickly I am putting wear on that pattern, but I have the girl in. She started to take some shape. Here is what's happening with her face and arm. I can't say that I love the over one stitching, but I mean, it definitely could be worse. But I've heard from people who do the over one on Mirabilia skin that it just makes it look so much better, so that's why I did it. And I think that's everything for this one. So between this video and last video, I had a lot of specific days stitching. So I have specific projects that I bring out on certain days of the month. So on the 13th and the 31st, I do some Halloween stitching. So on the 31st, I pulled out my Supernatural Sal, and I was working on the angel. So this is new from last time. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So she's not quite done, or she or he, and she has these 6 eyeballs, and there's like this corset that's gonna go right here in the middle, I think. And there's a few more things on the side, and I think there's gonna be some skulls right here. But she's almost done. So this is just what I accomplished on the 31st. And she'll come back out again on the 13th. So I'll finish up this square and start the next one. So I'm very excited how this is going along. This is the one that I stitched on last month. And I really love this pattern. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count Aida that I hand dyed, and I'm using the called for DMC. This is by Witchy Stitcher, by the way. I didn't say that. Witchy Stitcher, she has an online shop. Definitely go check it out if you like a little dark stitching. And especially these sals are very gothic and fun, so I'm into it. On the 4th of September, I stitched some more on Salute to Abigail from Blackbird Designs. This comes out every 4th of the month, and I am really making some great progress bringing this out every month. I think what I did this time is I believe I did all of this flag. I did the flowers here. I put this in. I think I did the bird and then these 3 flowers. So that was 1 day's worth of stitching on this one. This is stitched on a piece of 40 count fabric that I dyed. It has some greens and browns. It's kind of like a tealy green to go along with the blue. And I started this project on January 4th of 2023, and it has come out every month since then. So, and this is just stitched with threads for my stash. If you want to know which specific ones they are, just put a little note down in the comments section. So then I was doing some autumn stitching, and I didn't pull out all of my autumn projects. Like last video, I showed you like almost all of my Halloween WIPs, but I pulled out a few, and so I got some progress on Autumn Sampler. This is a kit from Marejka. So this kit has some blended flosses, and it kind of just looks like blobs of color, like Impressionist painting for a while until you get more filled in. So I definitely enjoyed stitching on it more this time than the previous time. I also think that this is on, it's either a 14 or 16 count Aida, and it's really crunchy, so it's not as nice to stitch on. I kind of wish that I over dyed it a little bit or washed it a few times or something to just soften it up. And I'm using the kit flosses. And so I don't remember where I bought this from. I'm not sure, but I'll try Googling it and see if I can find it. So anyway, I will put a picture up on the screen of where I was last time because I honestly can't remember what I did this time. But the colors are all just so gorgeous and exactly what I want to be playing with at this time of year. So that's why it's fun stitching for me. But I did only spend 1 day on this. So it's 2 stranded stitching. And I will try to link where I got this kit down below. You're gonna see a lot of green fabric stitching from me in this video. A lot of my fall stuff apparently I want to stitch on green. So this is Autumn Town from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I have been putting the comparison pictures up on the screen, but as you can see, basically, I just took this blue and added all that blue in. So I only worked vertically through the sky to try to give myself, I want to take it all the way over to the edge. So this may or may not come out again this week. But yeah, it's a really fun piece. There are like 3 or 4 specialty threads in here, and the rest is DMC. This is a piece of 40 count fabric that I dyed myself. It is very green, very light yellowy green. And I'm using the called for flosses, and it's 1 strand over 2, and Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this one is really, really fun. Again, totally color vibes of what I want to be working with right now. On my nails today, by the way, this is a polish from our new collection that I just released. And our Halloween collection is out from my brand Moonshine Mani. I'm just going to paint another coat on here so you can see what this polish does. This is a thermal polish. So as you can see, it goes on like a dark gray with a strong purple shimmer. And then when your body temperature is warm, it goes to this green color. Speaking of green things that I love. So this polish is inspired by Rachel from The Ring. And definitely if you love fun polish, come check out my website, and check out, if you love Halloween, come check out the new shades that I have for Final Girls from my favorite Halloween movies, where there's a girl that lasts till the very end. And this one's for Rachel from The Ring. So there's your cold state. And there's your warm state. And this one's the best seller out of the collection right now, which is super, super fun. If you like glowy purple, you will love this one. The next WIP that I pulled out last week was Paisley Pumpkin by Rosewood Manor. And so I'll put up a picture of where I was last time. I feel like this time I put a few things in here, but this I believe is new. And I think that I either extended this border more on this side or this side. Anyway, you can already see which one I did. But this one, again, just super saturated, beautiful jewel tone fall colors. This is with the called for DMC, and they're just bold and beautiful. I am again stitching this on a piece of green fabric that I dyed. This is a 40 count piece, and it just has, again, this kind of, this one has a little bit more like grungy browns in there. But so this is 40 count, so I'm doing 1/2, and I am not making a massive amount of progress on this because there's a lot of color changes in here, and so it's just like kind of plugging away at it a little bit. This dark teal finally came into play, which was really nice. So I don't know, you might see this again before next week since I want to continue doing fall stitching. Alright, next WIP is not necessarily fall stitching. This was my birthday start this year. This is Vintage Stitches by Jeannette Douglas. And so the last time you saw this, when I started this, I did this whole over one in here and then this border with this really cool stitch. And that's all just one floss color. I mean, not the brown and the green, but this is all one floss color, and then that's what's making up those. I'm gonna pull in. I want you to be able to see what those little stitches are. They're really fun. So anyway, so Jeannette Douglas, her design, she usually says like what order she recommends you do stuff. So it was like do the over one in the middle, then it was, I think, do this border, and then it was do this, the vintage stitches words right here, which I didn't do because the floss for that, I don't have it. It's one of the ones that I'm having a really hard time finding. So I'm thinking about just doing it in either this color or just pick a solid color and do it. And then there's an inner oval border in here that uses one of those big like yarny kind of flosses that this pattern calls for. And that's another one I can't find. This is an older pattern. And so some of the specialty flosses are pretty hard to find. So the next thing that she said to do was the grape bushes in the top left and bottom right corner. So that's what I did. So this one is mostly completely done. And as you can see, I've back stitched in here. And then I, like when I finished color completing in this motif, I took that color and started working down here. So that'll be the next thing I finish down there. But this pattern's really fun and beautiful. I love Jeannette Douglas. I'm stitching this on a piece of, I think this is 28 count Lugana, and I over dyed it with all of this yummy kind of stormy gray in there. And so I'm doing 2/2 unless specifically called for 1/1. So 1/1, this is all 2/2, but this is just one strand along here. So anyway, yeah, I plan to pull this out every 7th, so we should continue to see some pretty good progress on this. And but so you won't see this for about a month. My final whip of the last 2 weeks is this one here. This is Folksy Thomas from Teresa Kogut. Look at how cute we're getting with this little heart. So again, we have green fabric. This one is really like green and mustardy. So this one's like a little bit more intense than the rest of them. But this pattern is so fun, and I completed this wing here of the turkey. Did I say this is Folksy Thomas? So Thomas is gonna go all in here, and he has a cute little hat and everything, and then this is his whole wing. So I had a lot of this like blocked out, but I needed to fill it all in. This was all done before. I did this swirly this time, but everything over here basically was done. And then, so I worked on this time, and then I put in this heart. So this is such a beautiful combination of flosses. Teresa Kogut, she did basically half DMC and half, there's some Weeks and Classic Colorworks in here. And yes, I do have 2 different colors of nail polish. I always do. That's looking really nice and glowy there. I love this color. Again, this is Rachel. And there you can see the 2 full color shifts. I broke my nail today playing the organ at church. But yeah, that's the 2 color shifts of Rachel. Anyway, so yeah, really, really love this. I stitched on this for like a day and a half. One of the days I was getting ready for a murder mystery party. I'm gonna put up a picture of us at the murder mystery party. I love to host parties that have like a very specific timeline where there's not just like a bunch of like, do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to do this? But like, because it's following a very specific timeline, it makes my any social anxiety that I have easier. So I just think they are super fun, and I just love making people dress up. It's like my favorite thing. As you know, if you come to my nail polish videos, when I make Tim dress up and we all make polish with the subscribers of that channel. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, the day that I pulled this out to start stitching on, I didn't really get much stitchy time because I was getting ready for the murder mystery party. The theme was mullets, murder, and mayhem. So at least Tim and I had mullets on. There were a few other mullets there, but Tim was busy cooking all day. Tim's the cook in our house. And so he made sketty, and he made beanies and weenies, and funeral potatoes. We're having all of that as leftovers for dinner tonight, by the way, because it was all delicious. So a hillbilly party, mullets and mayhem. I don't have a mullet, but I'm like a hillbilly at heart, truly. So it was a very good fit for me. Okay, enough of a sidetrack. I love this pattern. I feel like I had only stitched on it one time. This is on 40 count, by the way, 1/2 on all of this. I think I'd only stitched on it one time last year, and I was so excited to pull it back out this fall. So you will probably see this again before next, well, you'll probably see it again before we get into Christmas stitching for sure. So if you're not into crochet, I apologize. I'm popping this in right here because this is a whip of mine this week. I am stitching a scarf for a friend. When I saw this skein of yarn, here's the whole thing. it just had her name written all over it. So I was like, okay, I need to make her something with this. So I'm making a scarf. I will link down below if you're interested in this pattern. So it's meant to look very lacy. So maybe this isn't going to be the warmest scarf ever. She lives in Oregon. So, you know, she does need some warmth there, but I just really felt like making something lacy with this. So this is Echo Cozy Watercolors line from Loops and Threads. And it's in the colorway Summer Bouquet. And I don't know, I might have got this on sale like a while ago, so I don't know if this is going to be really hard to find. I only picked up 2 skeins of it, so I Googled yarn, or Googled a crochet scarf that I can make with just 300 grams of yarn. So anyway, I will probably have some more progress for this to share with you next time. And so it's just going to be that wide. Here's my 2 hands. So anyway, I think the colors are just so pretty, and I haven't crocheted anything in like a year. All right, so I'm gonna do a haul, which like I said before is just one piece, one thing that I purchased between this week and last week. And then I'm gonna go right into the chart parade. So we're just gonna go right through. Okay, I have one piece of haul, and it is this. I saw somebody post this on the Cross Stitch Unlimited page, I think, on Facebook. And they were talking about how they picked up a big old thing of white DMC. Here's the little tag from Joann's when they had a coupon or something. And I was like, yeah, I need to do that. Because as you guys know, I like to dye my own fabric. I like to dye my own floss. And so this seemed like a budget-friendly option for me. So that is my one piece of haul. Ta-da! So I had very little haul, but I do have a chart parade for you. This time it is a lot of fall patterns. So I'm just going to share those with you. And I hope that you enjoy. So this, if you're in the mood for fall stitching like me, hopefully this will give you some inspiration of some things you could stitch on. So we have Triple Play Pillows, the Autumn Basket by Hands On Design. I just don't even know which one I'd want to start first. I feel like probably this one. This one's calling to me. I have this one out like in a eminent start place, but I haven't kitted this up at all. So I Love Fall Most of All, Brenda Gervais, with a needle and thread. You're gonna see a lot of Plum Street in here because I love Plum Street, Autumn Posy. From Annie B's, this is Welcome to Our Patch. Isn't that cute? So a lot of smalls for autumn. Be Thankful from Country Cottage Needleworks. Some white pumpkins, love that. If I'm going too fast through this chart parade, you can just put me on 0.5 speed. Then I'll talk like this. And you can look at it for a long time. Not Forgotten Farm. Mary Snow. This looks like a fall pattern to me. Fall Frolic from the Scarlet House. Pumpkins and Bittersweet from the Scarlet House. Sampler House, what does that say? 4? I'm reading it upside down. From Plum Street. Grimm's Haunt from Plum Street. Oh, that one's so cute. Then we have Thistle House, and this looks like fall stitching to me because these brown leaves are falling. So, do we have acorns? Yes, we also have acorns, so definitely fall. Then we have Goodness and Thanks. Little pillows. You know, before, if you want to buy this and get it kit up and started, it'll probably almost be October already, but this is the September monthly pillow from Brenda Gervais. Then we have Thankful Hearts from Abby Rose Designs. They gathered thy bounty with thankful hearts. Cute. Good Company from Plum Street. Bunch of littles for fall, see? Falling from Plum Street. Sure you've seen a lot of these charts before, but maybe it'll jog your memory that you wanted to pull something out. Bounty Sampler. Love the gradient of colors that she's using in here. Okay, I have the 3 fall Cottage Garden Sampler animals. So we have the bat, and we have the woodpecker, and we have the beaver. Okay, Blue Flower Stitching Squirrel. We just have to pull in here and just appreciate. Look at that acorn basket. So good. Those 2 little squirrels, so good. Then we have Friends of the Heart from Plum Street. I saw somebody stitching on this. I forget who right now. That's helpful, huh? I saw someone stitching that. Butternut House, like Squatternut Bosch, more squirrels. Maybe I should just like start 3 squirrel patterns. Wouldn't that be fun? This one needs to go in my imminent start pile. I love it so much. Look at all of these delicious fall colors. Oh, yes. Golden Delicious from the Artsy Housewife. Harvest Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. Haven't started one of these yet. I need to, and make a little drum. Okay, a few bigger patterns. We have Seasons of the Heart, but it's this side has the autumn one up there. Again, this is with Thy Needle and Thread. Autumn Rules from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So cute. I need to finish my other Primrose Mostly Words pattern before I start another one, but that's so cute. Okay, Rackstraw Hill. I am like in between loving this pattern and not loving it, and I think it's because of the orange background. I don't know though, without the orange background, if this would look very autumnal to me, because there is so many flowering plants, so don't know. The Autumn Garden from the Drawn Thread. I'm putting this in my imminent start spot as well. I have whatever is the farthest away from a green thumb, but the idea of having this little garden hanging in my house, I would love that. This is Feast of Friendship from Blackbird Designs. Very, very fall. Then we have Pumpkin Farm from Blackbird Designs if you want a smaller undertaking. Then another Drawn Thread, Give Thanks. She loves plants, the designer. Okay, then we have Elizabeth Scholl from Kathy Barrick. It's a kind of a not great picture, but it's black and orange in there. Autumn Quaker from Rosewood Manor. I know a lot of people are stitching this right now. And these Valdanis are just so gorgeous, but I feel like I would use regular cotton floss. This one, do you guys think this is summer or fall? It's probably more summer, huh? But, I mean, it's so cute. We just need to look at it again. Ugh, it's so cute. It just hurts, it's so cute. Last one, Give Thanks for All Things. This is Joan Elliott Designs. I'm gonna pull in really close because there is so much going on in here. Oh my goodness. I mean, you need a cone of black, but you could also very easily do this in a very dark brown, which I feel like would be better for fall. So that's probably how I would kit it up. Oh, I also have some kit ups that are ready for fall stitching. this color, what is this color? Gold leaf. Oh, that's gorgeous. So, man, all these flosses have just been sitting in here for a year. Anyway, this is for the Cinnamon Stars pattern from Plum Street. So this is ready to go. I have it kitted up with Country Mocha 40 count. All these flosses have been sitting in this kit up too. The Gather In, these are the DMCs for it, and then here are the Weeks Dye Works. And I have this pretty awesome piece of fabric here that is some rusty colors there, and on gray and browns, and this is a whole vibe. So I really need to get stitching on this piece, if not on this pattern, on something else. But I mean, looks pretty good on there, I feel like. So anyway, that's this one again, the Gather In. And I think the last one that I have is also Plum Street. Oh, but this one doesn't have fabric with it. It just has the floss. So I have all the floss pulled for rest a while. Look at that cute fox. So cute. So, all right. That's the finish of the chart parade. Oh, so many beautiful charts. I just want to start all of them. I love the fall so much. It is by far my favorite time of year. I love the crisp air. I love the feeling of like just being able to take my time and enjoy nature in the fall, because I hate being hot. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into plans, and we're gonna draw some random projects. So let's do that now. All right. So before we get into like my super eminent plans, I want to share with you this kit up. And this project is Hannah Sanderson 1849. And this is from Dutch Treat Designs. And so Cam the Stitcher, she is having a birthday coming up, and it's going to be her golden birthday. And she's decided to pull out a project that she has kitted up that she hasn't started yet, and it's like a big beautiful project that she has been meaning to start but hasn't. And I felt like this one would be a really good one to start for that. So there are two versions of this, and I want to do the light version, and I'm trying to decide if I want to just do it on plain cream, or if I want to over dye that fabric just a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? So there is two DMC lists on the pattern, and this is my conversion for the light DMC. And so there is nothing in here that is DMC. There will be 3371 because I want to use that DMC, but everything else is converted from stash. So if you want my conversion for this, you may certainly have it, but it's really random. So we've got Be Stitch Me Silks in there. We've got some floss that I've dyed myself. We've got Forbidden Fiber Co. We've got Classic Colorworks, that's Peapod. We've got Buttermilk from Gentle Arts. Here's some more Be Stitch Me. Here's some more Moonshine Stitchery. We've got JU Design, Weeks. I mean, guys, I really love using what I actually have. Here's a Threadworks. So I'm trying to see if there's any other additions here. And there's an MPI. There's an MPI in there too. So it's really kind of a whole mishmash of stuff, and I'm very excited. So this is a potential start. Actually, she's starting hers on the 28th. I might start this before that. So if I do, you'll see it before the next video, but if I'm gonna wait and start on the 28th, then I won't be starting this before. But I wanted to share that plan. And then this other loose plan, my daughter Joy's birthday is also coming up, and I asked her to pick one of my already kitted up projects for me to stitch on her birthday, or for her birthday. Not necessarily for her, but she could certainly have it when I'm done. She picked this. Out of all my kit ups, this was her very favorite thing, and I'm like, I feel you. I feel you, girl. I've had this kitted up since basically the conception of my Flosstube channel. Blackberry House from Plum Street. It's so cute. So cute. I have this piece of mauvey purpley fabric from Fabric Flare, and I like it with the colors in here. I don't know if it's going to be big enough, but if it is big enough, then I will be stitching this on here. So it's a 40 count Fabric and Flare, and look at the beautiful purples and like teals and greens on this base here. Oh, so the stitch count is 167 by 244. So I just need to go calculate that up. But yeah, this is imminent start. Well, probably not before the next video, but I just want to share it with you because I had it out and ready to go, and so I want to share, and maybe this will inspire you to start this piece as well. Hey, this is actually perfect because she was born in 2015, so I could put 2015 on there. So before the next video, you're going to see my 10th stitching, which is my anniversary stitch, and I'm actually stitching it tomorrow after filming this, so it won't be in this video. So you'll see that in the next video. You'll also see some dark 13 stitching for the 13th, but then our next video is going to be before any of the other days of the month that I do stitching. So you're going to be a lot more surprised next week with what comes out. But I am going to pick 2 random projects with you right now. So for this first one, this is my Mania WIPS. And so I go into my random, it's called Pretty Random app, and I add the number 23 in here, and then I'm going to pick something with you, and if it's not already finished, then I'm going to do it this week. Oh my gosh, we just did that last week, so I'm going to pick another one because we just did that last week. 13. Oh, the Dutch Steps of Life. That's going to be awesome. So I'm going to put that up on the screen right here so you guys can see what that is. That's a project that I am stitching with my friend Heidi from WIPS and Kits. It is so cool. It's a GGR, and I love everything that that designer does, so super pumped for that. Now let me pick from my Tiny Decisions app. So the Tiny Decisions app looks like this. It has all of my WIPs in there. The spaces that are blacked out are the things that I've already spun since starting this wheel. So it has, whenever I start a new project, I add it in here. So Andale is in there now. So let's go ahead and see what it picks. OMG. Okay, I'm excited. It picked the Vanity Sampler. So I'm going to remind you the story of the Vanity Sampler. I stitched that Vanity Sampler using the Goth conversion from Cam the Stitcher. Vanity Sampler is by Hello from Leslie Matthews. I stitched it on a really aggressively colorful modeled piece of fabric from Bestitch Me, and it just was competing too much with the beautiful colors, and so you couldn't really see. So I'm showing you here how much I got done. This is going to be a restart. So this is going to be a restart. Before the next 2 weeks, you're going to see me restart the Vanity Sampler, and I'm going to start it on probably a very light gray is what I'm thinking. So that's the plan. I'm excited. Alright, so that's everything that I have for you for this video. I hope that you had some fun hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a fantastic next 2 stitchy weeks. I'll see you back in 2 weeks and have lots to share with you by then, I'm sure. And thanks for stopping by for this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and just take care. And I'll see you back next time. Bye.